Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, collectors of all ages, it is Aussieverse, and we are back, baby, proudly sponsored by Comic Bookaroo, Australia's #1 comic book store. And today we have stepping his toes for the first time into the Australian waters. You may have seen his name if you happen to hang around such shows like Near Mint Condition and Omnidog's Vault. I have seen this guy's name for years around the traps, but I have never actually had a one-on-one conversation with him. So this is very, very exciting for myself. It is the man that is coming out with Bang, the Ballad of the Tiger, volume #3 on Kickstarter. It is Mr. Greathouse, Josh Greathouse. How are you going, brother?
No one warned me you were giving me the full wrestling on introduction. I don't know how to respond to that. I'm like, damn, that's an hard act to follow.
That's the way we roll here, mate. That's the way we roll. We want to say thank you to everybody joining us in the chat, especially our 4 lifers. These are our paid members that do spend a little bit of money just to get some perks. If you want to join, click the link. Otherwise, the best way to support Aussieverse is by subscribing to the channel. So if that's something you can do, I'd be very appreciative. But that's enough of the plug-in. Let's get down to some loving. It's all about you, Josh, sir. How are you?
Man, that was... I don't want to talk now. I just want to have you keep going. Shut up, James. But yes, let's do... I guess I need to do the plug-in. Let me do the elevator pitch. So I'm Josh Greathouse, creator of Bang, the Ballad of the Tiger. It is a kung fu fantasy. The elevator pitch is, instead of a guy with a big sword, it's a woman with a boot. The longer pitch, the empire or the kingdom has fallen to a new government called the Empire. Our hero is wearing her dad's old uniform because, dad died, because we have to do it the Disney style. She then gets banned from the village, and it's her and this young kid named Eddie out in the wide, wide world of craziness.
All right. That's a pretty cool elevator pitch. I like that.
I won't lie, it took many years, because the worst part with elevator pitches, it's like, what's a cool way to say buy my book?
Well, it's funny because one of the first questions that I do tend to ask people that come on Aussieverse and they are promoting their own wares is, if I'd never heard of you and I just scrolled through Kickstarter and I saw your book on top of the elevator pitch, why should people be interested? Why should people buy your book?
A couple reasons. One, this is a love letter to manga and especially to Dragon Ball. Like the first page, Oh, no, I got you. Bo, you're not ready for this one, because the first page mimics the first intro of Goku jumping off the cliff. On top of that, I always loved the original color scheme. So my colors for the whole comic, I just stole from Toriyama himself.
I like it. I like it. All right, well, let's go take a look at it, shall we?
We shall.
All right. So let's...
James with the link.
James with the link. That's right. And you know what? Actually, that reminds me, just before we do go share this screen, there is something that would be great if everybody did participate in, something that James himself is a finalist for, and myself also, and Aussieverse. This is the Comic Book Community Awards. If you have not voted, go now. Please vote, or maybe after the show anyway, and you can select Aussieverse, Omnibo, and James Abel for their respective categories. An Australian has never won an award before, so let's get it. Never. We've never won, so let's get it over there. Go vote now.
So here's the thing. I voted for James on that one. Going through the list, I was like, I don't know these people. I don't know these people. I'm like, I know Bo. Vote for Bo. Like, I know Aussieverse. Vote for Aussieverse.
Good on you. I did send Omar a message saying, because last year we made it as the best omnibus review, but Omar won. So this year we didn't make it. And I sent him a message and I said, you can breathe easy this year, Omar. We're not in your category. It's all good. All right, let's go take a look at this Kickstarter. Bang. Okay. Oh, yeah, I didn't even mean that. Bang! The Ballad of the Tiger, volume number 3. With 60 backers and 19 days to go, we need to get that over its pledge level.
I will say what's fun for me, because I was like, man, I got more money. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. That's not my currency.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. It's probably a lot less in your money, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Now, there is music in this video, and every single time people tell me it's safe, it's not copyrighted, I always get an email from YouTube saying this cannot be monetized. So
I got this straight from YouTube's vault of DM-free music.
Okay, great.
So if YouTube has a problem, it's an internal thing.
Let's check it out.
Man views itself greater than animals in our society. But there are times when words break down and strife bubbles up. Only so much can a civilized man do. Older than the rocks, recognized by all the gods. There's the old act of trial by combat.
All right. Yes, I could already recognize the voice.
Yeah.
By combat.
So, one, I do have, not to call him out, I do have a friend who is a professional voice actor. He was busy. Two, this has been my philosophy with like all of this comic where I'm like, well, I need to figure out how to do this. Let's figure out how to do this.
So Josh has been a comic artist since 2009. He has been fighting many long hours of art with his sidekick, Abby Greathouse. Ooh, relation. They currently live in Atlanta, Georgia. P.S. Abby is not his sidekick. She owns him and breaks something of his on a daily basis to remind him. That sounds like love.
Yeah, that would be Abigail Buzzsaw Greathouse, a.k.a. my cat.
All right, let's take a look here. We're going to be scrolling through this fantastic cover for volume number 3, The Ballad of the Tiger. So I guess the first question I've got for you, Josh, is do people need to buy volume 1 and 2?
It is a continuing story. Also, because I'm self-publishing this, if you're on the fence, you're like, I don't know, it seems kind of cool, but especially because I am doing international shipping, but you guys, shipping is kind of a problem with y'all. If you go to joshgreathouse.com, the first 15 chapters are up there for free. No strings attached. Don't need to sign up for anything. Just there to read.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And this will cover volumes 9 through 12. So technically I got more on the side, and I'm working on chapter 22 as of right now.
Sweet. And it's 100 pages. That's chunky for a book.
Yeah, because so the way I was looking at like some Kickstarters, I was thinking about doing some single issues, but those have gotten so pricey where it's like 30, 20 bucks, you know, for like 30 pages. I'm like, that seems crazy. So I noticed if I drop down the size a little bit, it's like, okay, I can get 100 pages, 4 chapters. So yeah, it's like, and I like these little guys. What's nice is these are easy to mail off. They're easy to keep protected and get through. So
I dig that. It really separates it from your other comics, so it stands out.
And like I said, it was one of those, I try to meet in the middle where I'm like, okay, I want to make sure I can make some money off of this, but I also want to make sure where it's like, you feel good buying this.
Yeah. Okay.
So
you're the writer as well?
I am out, like, I write, draw, letter, pencil, ink. I have the lovely Melanie from Near Mint Condition actually is my editor on the book.
Oh, okay.
And then I do have 3 friends who, bless their souls, they also double check all my copy. But yeah, and like I said, I'm self-publishing this, so every order I'll be the one that's shipping this.
Okay. This is pretty cool, man. So how long does this take you if you're doing it all yourself?
It depends on the pages. They've gotten a little bit more detailed. And like I said, if you want to go, because we can also share my screen, I can show some pages, but like some of them I can do halfway quick. Some of them, brr.
All right, well, let's take a look at how you can purchase this yourselves. For $5, you can get the single PDF, which is the full book, volume 1. Otherwise, you can also get the $10 bundle PDF, which is the first 3 volumes, chapters 1 to 12. That's pretty cheap.
It's one of those, it's two things. It's a PDF. Like, it's me sharing a copy. I kind of hate how PDFs now have become like 35. You know, it's like, come on.
Yeah.
2, I feel like PDF, it's like, it's either two things. Money's a little tight, or you're on the fence and you want to try something. So I'm like, I rather have it. It's like, yeah, maybe I can make more off this, but I'd rather have you come back later being like, you know what? I remember I got this for cheap then. I loved it. Let's spend a little bit more later.
That's good. I like that philosophy. If you want the first 20 chapters, you can buy them for $1 each. $20 for the first 20 chapters in PDF. That's also really sweet. If you do not want digital copies and you want physical books, well, then you can, for $15, get the book, which is the 3rd volume, and the PDF, plus with shipping. Same is moving on. Again, you can get the $20 book and PDF. $25 is volume 1 and 2 and the PDFs. $40 is volumes 1, 2, and 3.
Which is the most popular one.
Yep, not surprised. Not surprised. Or if you want a head sketch, $75, a 5x5, 8x5. Yeah, sorry, my eyesight's a little bad. The 3rd volume and PDF plus shipping. That's pretty cool, man. Is anybody taking you up on that one?
One person's done on the head sketch, and I've gotten a couple people on the next one.
Okay, the next one is the $75 retail.
Sorry, the one after that.
The one after that?
Yeah.
I thought you meant that. $150 sketch. Okay, sweet. So this is 11 by 15 watercolor sketch.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Plus the 3rd volume and PDF plus shipping. Okay. That's cool. So would you be able to choose your favorite child and say, what do you prefer? The writing or the drawing?
So since I'm the sole creator, it's kind of, it depends. Because like writing, some ways writing is the most fun because I spend more, like most time writing is daydreaming. It's kind of going like, okay, I'm here. How do we get here? So I know like the ending, I have that mapped out. And it's the kind of thing, I know there's certain beats I need to hit, but I don't know exactly the journey in between. Okay. So to give you an example, this current chapter I'm working on, I was like, cool, I need to end on this moment. Problem is I ran out of pages. So all of a sudden I'm like, well, let's figure this problem. Let's get out of this problem.
Is this the Goon?
That is the Goon.
Oh, I love the Goon. I had to stop on that one. That's one of my favorite characters.
Look, I'm not going to lie. I was cursing your name when I saw those hardcovers because I'm like, I want those. I will go to Australia to rob a man.
Hey, I still need volume 3. I can't find that anywhere.
I love, like, not to go into, we can go into a huge tangent. I love Dark Horse and I get it. But I also feel like, I'm like, the Goon is so, like, there's people like you, there's people like me. We would praise that book. We would sell that book if they reprinted. Like,
Yep, absolutely. I've had to keep the little the soft cover omnibus of volume 3 just when I want to read it.
I own like all the old trades. It's like the most, like, because it literally goes to the hardcover of the Chinatown one. I forget what that was called. But then, but then it's like I finally get into the newer stuff. Is the bigger omnibus, like is the most like I really want to upgrade this because it's the most random. Oh,
yeah, I like it. All right, so go check out Bang volume number 3. Let's get him over that line. Let's see here. What am I going to buy? Well, I want the whole thing. So let's see here. PDF chapters, no. Volume 1 and 2. Volume 2 and 3. Volume 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, I think that's the one I want, right? If I want it all.
I was going to say, that is the most popular one.
Yeah. Okay, sweet. Let's do that one. And, I need to. Okay. While I do that, let's go check out your screen now.
Oh no! Come on, let's look at. I want to see a password. Come on, man.
What are we looking at here?
We all want to help you make terrible choices.
Well, I don't think this would be one of them. I've heard some great feedback about your work, so I am very, very happy to be able to be a part of it. Richard does have a question, though. Do you plan on continuing with this story, and do you have other stories to create?
So, like I said, I do have the ending in mind. I got like 3 major story beats. I'm about to get to like the first one soon. So I am laying down like a lot of ground. I'm laying down some groundwork on stuff that I will not be able to pay off for a while. And there are also moments where I'm like, God, I want to draw this. Like, it's not the right blood. That is a line that no one will understand. But when the time comes, I'm going to be like, haha. Honestly, because I started this project out of pure boredom at work. I've just been having fun with it. So it's the kind of thing like, if everyone was reading it, fantastic. If no one was reading it, I would still be drawing it. It's just like, it's just what I enjoy. Now, to the other question, I do have another book on my site called Unprofessional, which is about 2 mercenaries who get assigned a job to bodyguard an alien. The alien gets attached to one of our characters' arm. The hiccup is every time the alien gets scared, he pumps a hallucinogenic into our mercenary, and she starts to hallucinate.
Wow.
Yeah, that's also, I believe, at least issue 1 of that's free. That one's my more detailed. Like, that's the real comic because the art on that one takes forever.
Okay. James wants to know, do the books have any famous quotes on the back of them? This sounds like a leading question.
It is. He's good at that. So, actually, I'll do this. I need you. So I'll open this one up because he doesn't like to admit it because he wants to think it's Marvel, DC. But Greathouse was there first with Omar with near mint condition. So at the back of book 2, Josh should never talk. He should just show off his artwork.
Oh, that is fantastic. I love it.
Book 3, note to self, put a clever and witty but snarky quote here. And I'm about to introduce you all to the best back quote that I'll probably have, but I think in all honesty, in all of print. Like, I will never top this, and I kind of want this on my headstone.
I love your art, your style, and it does offend me at times.
What's funny is because I've had so many people laugh, then they go, okay, man, what was she offended by?
We are going to be joined by a special guest in just a moment as well. I've just sent him the link. Someone wanted to come on and say good day.
Is it someone I know?
I believe so. I hope so. Maybe. I'm not too sure.
Is he an eldritch horror that is taller than all Get Out?
No.
It's not Bunk.
No.
Yeah. Bunk is almost like 7 foot tall. Like, he literally is an eldritch horror.
Yeah, I've never spoken to Bunk. I mean, I've seen him on a couple of shows here and there, but yeah, he seems like a really nice guy.
I feel like humor-wise, you guys would get it off. Like, he is one of the most sarcastic people I've ever met.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Cliff from Cliff on Comics.
Oh, this man is bold. This man avoided me at Heroes Con.
How did they avoid you at Heroes Con?
You never came by my table.
That may be true, but I was that place is 280,000 square feet. And I didn't see you at any of the dinners. Where were you?
I think the problem was like
Richard.
it almost felt scripted. I think like when you like I didn't go to any of the dinners. I was at all the other like after stuff. I think like when you left, I entered like literally like you'd go out the door and I would be
during
right
the art
behind you.
show.
Yeah, because like I think it was one of those things. You were like in the hallway. I was. The other problem is with Heroes Con, I got to schmooze a lot of people, so I ended up like running around.
Cliff, have you seen his Kickstarter?
I don't know. You know, I'm not.
Well, we'll just have to bring it up again in a minute and show you.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing it. Listen, you told me it's midday and can I join? And I said I don't even know what that means. And you said now, and I said sure, I'll join. You know.
Oh, because you're in New York, right?
Normally I am. Right now I'm in Ottawa, Ontario.
Really?
Yes. I just came out of Ottawa Comic-Con, where I met the writer of the original 2 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies.
Oh.
And
he not where I was expecting?
Yeah, no, this is his last Comic-Con.
Oh.
And I did not know that. He told us tonight, and I was like, oh shit. So I stood in his line because I only got the Friday pass. I didn't do the weekend. And so I stood in his line with my cousin, and we were the last 2 people on the line. We were the last 2 people he spoke to. And I could only get 1 extra signature from him. So I got it for Seabizzle because, you know, like, of all my friends, I know how much he would appreciate it.
That's crazy that that was his last show.
Yeah, this weekend is his last show. So anyone who's here this week, and by the way, everything is free at his table. He's like, I'll sign whatever you want, free. And if you don't have anything for me to sign, I've got script pages that I will sign. So either it's page 1 of the script from the first movie or the last page of the script from the movie, because that's the birth of Cowabunga. And he's really proud of that.
In some ways, I mean, like, I get like having a book and stuff, but that's kind of cooler in some ways.
Yeah, it's very cool. He's a really nice guy. So I got to meet Matt Light's Comics. I got to meet Dagger Cards. You know, I got to introduce them to my cousin who was like, oh, cool. Other people who do YouTube.
Let's make things really awkward. Let's make things really awkward for a moment and just go back to the Comic Book Community Awards for a second. Because did everybody know that if they haven't voted yet, that Cliff and I are going head to head on the most engaging host as well?
And I'm so sorry that I'm going to beat you. And
okay, well, that was Cliff, and we're really happy that he showed up. It's a real shame that he couldn't stick around for longer. But as I was saying, make sure that you vote for Aussieverse and not Cliff. Oh wait, he's still here.
Vote for Cliff on Comics. All right, as most engaging host. All right, I have just because I'm not Australian doesn't mean I'm not a slave to this machine.
Wait a minute! You come on to Aussieverse, and your goal is being, or your rebuttal is like, because I'm not a slave like Australians.
Well, I mean, it's a country. Isn't it a country that was built on criminals or something like that?
Wow, it's not like they have a rich history and other cultural achievements.
Oh, what? Like doing terrible things to indigenous people? That doesn't make them special either.
Unlike Americans.
Right, unlike America. Do you know that they still had their indigenous people riding the back of the bus only about 38 years ago? So I don't want to hear about it.
Wow. Okay. Well, look, at least we didn't make a celebration about it every year. Anyway, moving on.
Are you kidding? You do a day of freaking forgiveness every freaking year. So I don't want to hear it. And that crazy stuff that the Catholics did with the kids of indigenous people, let's not forget that. And Canada did it too, and so did the United States. So like that was wild, but that happened and it's horrible. And so basically what I'm saying is they're no better than me, but not any right. No, you're no better than me, but I'm not, but you're also not any worse. We're both two wonderful contenders. But you know what? Also, if you don't vote for me, it's a hate crime because I'm the gay one. So, like, you know,
Don't listen to Cliff. He's
as a
won.
minority in this community,
He's
I need
won
your support.
before. He's won before.
You
Let's
could tell
get somebody new.
You could
Anyway,
tell Cliff, you could tell Cliff's in the corner because he had to pull the gay card.
Listen, I want you to.
and back to comments.
Wait, I want you to know something. I may have 2 awards, but I've never won alone. This would be the first time I win alone.
Yeah,
What were the other
well,
times?
that really just sounds like a you problem, Cliff. You've still won, you know. There you go. So don't worry about it. Anyway, we're here for Josh. We're here for Josh, Mr. Greathouse.
What are you drawing?
Yeah.
Bang.
Bang?
Bang. Oh my God. Okay, you know what? We're going to have to do this just quickly, okay? We're going to have to remove this one. We're going to have to add this one. And this, oh, hang on. That's proving that I just actually
Hooray!
backed it. 1 sec.
This derailed.
The Ballad of the Tiger is why we are here, Cliff.
Nice.
This is Josh's Kickstarter. That looks really, really cool, man. And you can get a whole bunch of different rewards for it as well. So go check it out and back our new friend.
And also,
I do love the name Bang. That's so great.
So what's fun about that was I stole that once again from Japan. I stole a lot from Japan for this one. But a lot of their old JRPGs, like if they needed a character's name, they would throw in like just the word Bang. Like demons at Clash of Demon Head, which I only know because of the Scott Pilgrim comic. The main character of that was called Bang. Problem was I published like the first 5 pages. All of a sudden, a small little company called Dark Horse just announced their book called Bang. I'm like, well, technically I beat them, but I'm small, so I got to come up with a new title. That's the Ballad of the Tiger. And
I'm just going to answer this one. So for me personally, Richard, I don't prefer. It's just that sometimes being in Australia, it's a lot easier. Although in this case, I have gone with the physical copies because I would like to have these on my shelf.
Oh, I thought he was asking about me with the drawing.
Oh, maybe he was. Maybe he was.
So I do like all of Bang digitally just because it's easier with comics to edit, especially like with word balloons and all that. I did learn how to do everything traditionally, the old-fashioned way, which, by the way, spoiler for the end of this, we will have a heartfelt episode about me at college, and Bo doesn't realize it, but that's a spoiler for later.
Oh, okay.
I love heartfelt college stories.
I'm gonna make Bo tear up. That is my goal. He has no idea what's coming.
I'm gonna let you in on a little.
Well, now this sounds like how I met Beer Can Eddie.
That sounds like another story. But Josh, I'm going to let you know right now that me tearing up is going to be very easy to do. So I wouldn't make that a huge accomplishment. But I'm willing to go for it.
Uh-oh. I should have opened it. Wait a minute. It might be. Ooh.
Is she licking her face? Is that what you started doing there?
Yeah, I'm having fun.
Oh, well, yeah, go for it.
I'm having fun.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry it's not a dude, but all right.
I did this one. Unfortunately, like I don't think I can do the high res because between streaming and the computer. This was my art auction piece for Heroes Con.
I remember it well.
This was all done traditionally. Every one of these stupid bugs.
Wow.
I can't believe that I saw your art repeatedly and I didn't see you.
Right? Also, you know what? I will give Cliff something. Cliff, this one's for you. Because I gotta give you something. You came on here.
You draw naked men?
Well, you know. So here's chapter 9.
Okay. Well, at least there's a tiny bit of something for me.
Yeah.
Trust me, everyone just refers to him as the Naked Prince.
That's an excellent start.
I like how we went from like, what is this book to like, it's got potential.
The Naked Prince.
I also love how sassy that was with the whole. This has opportunity.
Yep. I like it.
But
right.
anyway,
So
okay.
Harvey Peaker, thank you very much for joining us. Who the hell's this new guy in the middle, and why does his accent sound funny? Is he from Tasmania or something?
I'm assuming you all did not have that Tasmanian Devil show.
Yeah, you mean like way back when?
Well, no, like the 90s cartoon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, man. That's the theme. Like, the second you brought up Tasmania, that's theme songs now in my head.
Mania. Remember that? That shit. That was good.
Yeah.
That is always the fun / crazy thing about talking about to anyone who's international, because it's like, I never know what makes it that far out. You know, it's like, there's some stuff where I'm like, also, look, we could spend all night talking about unimportant things, or we can talk about the important things. Like, how the hell do you have the DVD of Stripperella?
How did you know I have that?
I literally just rewatched your room tour because I was like, yeah, this is the quickest way to get caught up. While I was making dinner, you're like, Stripperella. I'm like, I thought I was the only one who watched that. Like, Bo, did you ever watch that?
Yeah, man. I actually so once upon a time, up until about, I don't know, let's say 2015, I would buy every single superhero animation or movie that ever existed. And it wasn't until about 2015 that I decided to give up because more shit was coming out that I just wasn't interested in. And Stripperella was definitely on there because it was Stan Lee's Stripperella, and it was Pamela Anderson, and it was actually a good concept. I actually enjoyed it.
I enjoyed season 1 too. I feel like that show, if they had a little bit more puns, a little bit more like risque, it would have been better. But they played it safe on both. Especially, I'm like, give me the dumb dad humor with the inappropriate sex. Like, that's all we want.
Yeah, I did like it. Cliff, have you ever seen Stripperella?
Of course.
Okay, good.
I'm a man in my 40s. That means I experienced Stripperella.
Oh, man. I'm also glad that Harvey Picard's ghost is continuing the slander against Omnidog.
Have you guys ever seen Frankenhooker?
No.
Oh, I know.
That's I think 80s movie. My dad used to have this massive poster, and it was Frankenhooker. And naturally, as a little boy, you look at that and go, I wonder what this is.
I feel like that would either be the greatest thing or the worst thing ever. Like the cheapest, like, oh, like, yeah, I can see a zipper.
From memory, it was like a bit of a what is it? Trauma. A bit of a trauma-like movie.
Yep, that's it. God, way back in the day, I used to do I did a couple covers for Action Lab, and they wanted me to do one for Zombie Tramp, which I turned down.
It's funny you mentioned Zombie Tramp. This just arrived yesterday.
No.
Hang on. Zombie Tramp hack slash.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And the only reason I turned it down because they're like, okay, you need to draw a safe and a not safe for work, but we're only going to pay you for one cover. I'm like, wait a minute. If I'm drawing nipples, I expect the highest dollar.
Yeah, fair enough.
Did you pick up? Did you pick up hack slash body bags?
No, I didn't.
Have you?
Yeah, that's a good one.
No, so going back to the conversion rate, I very, very rarely buy single issues for Kickstarters. This one I just got on a whim, and for that package, that alone was like probably close to 200 Australian dollars, which is you can't go buying all that sort of shit,
Yeah, because Cliff, correct me if I'm wrong. You're up in New York, right?
Normally.
Well,
yes, I live.
You do most of your comic buying in the United States.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say because it is interesting because especially this year, but everything's gone up. But especially comics, it's like, I want this, but do I have the space / can I justify this?
Yeah.
Well, can I justify it? Space. how much is my wallet hurting? All of the things.
Yeah. And it gets a little like, I'm glad that most people I've interviewed have been really understanding with that, because there has been times, like I've just gone and backed yours, for example, Josh, but then when the 19 days is over and it comes to the actual payment, you're in a different financial situation as to when you originally backed it. So there has been times where I've unfortunately had to cancel because I just couldn't afford it. So hopefully that's not the case with yours, but we'll see.
I was about to say, because I know with me, like I'll budget things. One thing that like drives me nuts, and I appreciate Fourth Act Publishing, because they just announced the Danger Girl Artist Edition. And I was like, oh my God, that's dangerous. That's expensive. I talked to them like, hey, when is this coming? They're like, oh, next June. And I'm like, okay, that's long enough. Like, no, like if you want this, you can save out.
Yeah.
Even just like $10 a month.
Yeah. That's true. What is Poor Thing?
I have no idea.
Okay. So once again, James, we have no idea what you're talking
James,
about. Thanks, mate.
James, you're a mod. Throw that link down. Let's get this demonetized.
Richard with the good question. What artists and writers inspire you?
So artist wise, a little bit of Toth, a little bit of Mike Mignola. Like I said at the beginning, a lot of Toriyama, especially.
Oh, right, the movie. Yeah, I haven't seen that.
That's not getting us demonetized. Come on, James, you can do better. But yeah, like this was a lot of. Oh, wait, wrong button. Yeah, not the best example. Yeah, I guess I didn't start doing that yet.
I love that. I guess I didn't start doing that yet.
Well, it's interesting going back because there's like I have certain rules, and it's like, oh, that wasn't implemented. So like one thing I do with Bang, whenever like there's an action moment, I'll do all these lines to indicate movement, like inside the solid blacks. But then I take it a step farther. I'll color it like blue and have it do a gradation of lighter blue to darker. Because all of Toriyama's art, he always did speed lines. Writing wise, man, it's been a mixture of things, because some of it is like, personal experience, yada yada, that BS answer. Some of it is me literally looking at like a lot of fantasy and kind of going like, okay, everyone's doing this, so I don't want it. Like, let me try something different. So a prime example, I do enjoy Lord of the Rings, but that's been the cornerstone of fantasy for so long. And actually, because I have the stage and I have the mic, I'm kind of convinced orcs were J.R. Tolkien's versions of how the French view Vikings. Because it's just a bunch of raiders that come out of nowhere, have no society but war.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I'm just muting myself because we've got Vikings next door.
Once again, also, if you enjoy Vikings, Vinland Saga, that is worth the pickup. I recommend that highly.
I got the first volume. I'm really hoping to get the rest.
It just wrapped up in Japan, and I think it's one of those that's going to be evergreen, so you got a minute. But anyway, because like one thing with Bang, I tried to set it like my the first villains, the Empire, they're more like a Hungarian Napoleon kind of look with the uniform. So it's the kind of thing like my dwarves are based off of Aztecs and Mayans. So I try to do stuff that's even just culturally, just picking like different areas of the world, being like, hey, let's look at this instead of just the standard Celtic. And I can say like I love Vikings. As a society, though, I would love a break from Norse mythology for a bit. There's some other stuff we can do. But yeah, because like I said, these guys, I mean, that is just straight up Napoleon kind of or Napoleon era uniforms.
Yeah, I can see that.
And yeah, my Urks, that was based more off of India, like just their kind of dress. So, like I said, it's me trying to pull in from different areas. Fun fact, there's a portrait of Brian Stelfreeze, my mentor.
Oh, I love Brian. I saw him at Heroes Con.
I see how it is, Cliff. No, he's the guy who taught me how to paint and draw, and he's the reason I'm like, yeah, he taught me how to refine a lot of this stuff.
So when did Volume 2 come out? Was it like how quickly are you doing these?
So Volume 2 was last year. Volume 1 was the year before.
Okay.
Technically got enough for Volume 4 and 5. The problem is we're getting to a point where I can print these out faster than I can make them. Especially because I'm an idiot at times. And you go, well, that's quite harsh. And I will go, sure, but let me show you why I'm an idiot.
I think Cliff and I can relate to this.
I mean, I on many levels I relate. Many.
Look at this. Look at this bullshit.
Yeah, but you know what? That's dope, though. Like, you know.
Oh, it is. But it's like, you know, you were asking, do you prefer writing? I didn't get back to this question. There are times artist me hates writer me because I'm like, why did I do it? Like, because if you're working with someone else, you're like, that son of a bitch. You know, with me, it's like, why did I do this?
But you need it sometimes. You need it.
Especially because the other fun thing, because it's two groups fighting, but like there's rough uniforms for both, but it's also like there's not two of the same.
We should get some art off you this year for Comics Curing Cancer. Have you heard about that?
I have not.
Every year, the YouTube community gets together and hosts shows for 24 hours going on multiple different channels, and they give away, they sell art, comics, slabs, all sorts of things, and every single cent goes towards curing cancer. What is it? The American Cancer
Society, yes.
Yeah. And in the past, they've raised like $50,000, and it's been really, really cool, man. And Aussieverse ourselves are going to be participating in it for the first time this year, hosting a show as well. So we get, you know, art from people and comics and stuff, and yeah, try to sell it off and beat the crap out of cancer.
Are you guys like the 3 a.m. one for the US? Because that's like
would be.
5
yeah. So Legion of Comics hit us up and said that, you know, they want to get shows continuously going. And obviously in America, some people have to sleep at times. Well, guess who's awake when you're asleep? This guy.
Honestly, the hardest part about doing this show was just double checking I had the time correct. It's like, I even did this where I'm like, Bo, is this noon at your time right now? And he's like, yes, you can read a clock. It's like, aha.
Hey, the amount of times I have to message James and be like, Josh wants to come on at this time. What time is that for me? And God bless James, because never does he turn around to me and goes, you know, you can Google this yourself, or you know that you can just get a world clock. No, he just answers the question.
The hell? He tells me I can world clock it all the time. He's like, why are you talking to me?
All right. So what are your future hopes and dreams, Josh, with your career? Where do you want this to go? Before you answer that, let's have a word from our sponsor, Comic Bookaroo. Comic Bookaroo, proud sponsors of Aussieverse for all your comic book needs. Graphic novels, hardcovers, omnibuses, single issues. Don't forget to pre-order every Sunday at Comic Bookaroo. And we're back at the show.
It always is weird because I feel like the name Comic Bookaroo, I'm like, no way they would have something that close to it, like a kangaroo. Like, no way.
I said the exact same thing. I said Comic Bookaroo sounds like something that Mark from Legion of Comics would make up for a comic book store. You know?
Yeah, because that sounds like an American going, okay, this is set in Australia. What's a name? I also realized coming onto the show, I'm like, everything I know about Australia, like outside of like historical, but all the pop culture stuff, I'm like, that comes from another culture's like version of Australia, because you got Mad Max, Tank Girl, when the Simpsons went to Australia, Quigley Down Under. Why can't I think of, I'm trying to think of the one with the knife that's escaping my mind.
The one with the knife.
Crocodile Dundee. There's that.
Oh,
one. Yeah.
Yes, of course. How could I forget that one?
Right? Yeah. Well, because I was like, what's that most offensive one that's like the stereotypical?
Mate, if you ever want to watch anything Australian that is way out there and shows you a certain type of Australian individual that does exist, and there is a lot of them, go check out shows like Fat Pizza or Howzos.
James, link me.
That shows like the Australians on the dole.
Okay.
Just living their life, drinking and doing drugs and having a good time, and it's hilarious, absolutely hilarious.
Because I feel like, and my family comes from Nebraska, but I feel like the American redneck and the Australian, like there's got to be some overlap, because it's like drinking, like going out in the middle of nowhere, blowing stuff up.
Yeah. And no, James, that is not a good representation. No, that is a horrible suggestion.
Man, that's your only mod too. That's the other problem. No one can. You can't even kick him out. Kangaroo Jack. Oh, James
is just full on trolling tonight. That's what's going on.
I think he owns Kangaroo Jack. I think he actually legit likes those movies.
I just realised Cliff isn't a mod and you should be, so I'm going to change that.
Okay, so
going back to my question about what your future entails, Josh.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. Honestly, it kind of, there's two sides. Like there's certain story elements I want to get to. Like that's always kind of the forefront. The publishing side, or the business hat, I would love to do a couple more of these. I would love to get to a point where we can do like a bigger, nicer version, because everyone, especially whenever I'm on Near Mint, one of the big questions is like, oh, when are we going to get a giant oversized hardcover? And it's like, y'all, I'm doing this from my apartment, so I don't know. The other thing, honestly, I would love to have this thing translated in a bunch of verses, because the way I work, actually, let's do.
Well, I tell you right now, if you ever did do collected editions of your work, you'd be selling 3 or 4 straight from Aussieverse.
Yeah, that's a good example. Especially, man, I forget his name. The one dude who does like all the customs, he's got some great design choice.
Yeah, he's amazing.
The way I was taught, I draw everything on the page. So, like, if ever it gets like translated or I need to do edits, I don't have to worry about like trying to fit everything in a small word balloon or whatever. It's like, nope, it's all there.
Yeah.
Oh, that page. that chapter.
So what got you into comics, Josh? Why comics as a medium? We have many different answers from people as to why they choose comics. Was it just something you loved, something you wanted to do, something that was easier than, filmmaking or whatever it is? Why comics?
You kind of hit one of the points, but the first one was I couldn't read at my grade level for most of my childhood. So what's fun with the American education system, I was like on the cusp, but it was the kind of thing, it's like I had to go into what's known as special ed, to go out to a trailer that was hot in the summer, cold in the winter. But they made more money off of me when I couldn't read or write. So instead of like teaching me, like instead of trying to help me, they definitely kept me ignorant as long as possible. So I remember coming home one day, and I'm the youngest of 3. Now, as an adult, this is not a great painting. But as a child, I saw my sister making this painting, and it was like the holy, like a whole new world was opened up to me, because it's literally it was a checkerboard floor that turned into water with a trout coming out of it. The sun sitting on the like cheesiest 90s cafe table set that everyone had. Then outside was the moon setting. And it's the kind of thing like, I guarantee you the version in your mind looks better than this thing. But it was the fact that I could instantly read it. Like there was no, none of these confusing words. So I didn't. The other thing was, I'm like, okay, I love cartoons. I did not know there was a team of people that worked on these. I didn't know about in-betweeners or keyframes. So I thought it was like one dude just slaving away. I'm like, that seems impossible. The other irony was you have to like draw from life, which I do now. Like, but that scared me. So I was like, all right, let's get into comics. I was at one point a film major and a comics. I was sitting in a class for like how to light a scene. And it's like, they're doing all this math, they're doing all this stuff. And I'm like, I could draw this faster. So I do have, unlike everyone else in YouTube, I have a college degree in my funny book.
Okay, like there's a lot of YouTubers who have a college degree. I'm not one of them, but still. Okay.
No, not just a college degree, my sir. In the Bachelor of Fine Arts known as Sequential of the Arts, aka funny books.
I like that. I like that. So you found it as like a learning difficulty, but something that you've managed to overcome through art.
And it's an escape. It's where I go to have fun because it's like, I mean, like, even like me, I kind of complain about those double page spreads, but it's like it's every comic, every piece of art, it always starts off like this. Great idea. There's the middle where it trades off from like, why did I get into this to, it's kind of coming along. Okay, this is looking good. Why did I get into this? Okay, no, this is looking good. It's looking good. But what's fun is like future me, like current me, I can look back on some of the stuff and it's like, I forget about all the hours. Like, wow, yeah, you did some good there. Past me was okay.
That's good when you can look back at your past and think like that and not like cringe over it.
I mean, well, what's funny is there are times where I'm like, okay, like my anatomy's gotten better. Like I can kind of tell there's certain things I want to do again. There are times I'll look back on, I'm like, that was a great way I solved that problem. I should use that again to solve that problem.
Yep, fair enough. So
Also,
this is a page from volume 3.
This is just me sketching while we talk.
Oh, okay.
And actually, because this is my template on how I make my pages. Because the nice thing is I use a program called Clip Studio Paint. And like one of the things I can do is I can just make panel borders on the fly.
Okay.
The other, and I sold this one from Frank Miller, but let's get rid of some of these. The start and the first panel and the last panel, I always do a full bleed because he did that in The Dark Knight Returns. So, but yeah, every page I do.
So what does that mean for people that don't know that terminology?
Oh, sure. So yeah, actually, let's pick a happier page. Something with trees.
I was gonna say you just had a page that perfectly explained it, but okay.
I got many. Cliff, I got many pages. So what we have here. So just some quick terminology. We got what's known as the panel, which is the interior right here. Everyone knows about that. These are called the gutters, the spots in between. Now, if you notice, like on here, I have this line here. This is what's known as like no man's land or dead land. But a full bleed is a piece of art that goes all the way to extend. So the reason I have this line here, because all of this can be cut. Because the way comics work are, they literally cut the page. So you don't want to put anything important here like lettering or anything like that. Hence why you give it plenty of space. But a full bleed, you can put art there so that they can go in and give you the full bleed. So typically it's just kind of extending it. The like image went hog wild on full bleed, but the idea with full bleed, it's like it should make moments like a little bit more impactful It also makes, like I said, this trick, it makes things read faster because you're constantly going in and out.
Yeah, right. All right. Well,
I like how you chose this example here that like not only do you got just the two bleeds happening, but like just the storytelling is really solid even if we didn't have text.
Thank you. Yeah, because this was page 1, and this was my homage to, like I said, the start of Dragon Ball, because where Goku jumps off the cliff. You got to jump. I even stole the caption box. Because then,
at least you're honest.
oh yeah. Well, there's two things. Because like, so in volume 3, there's a storyline called The Artist. I'm not gonna lie, I got that 100% off The Witcher 3, the expansion. But I got that because I was playing The Witcher, and I'm like, this is a good idea, but I could do this a lot better, which I did. And the difference is like if you truly, like, I say steal, like kind of tongue in cheek. If you're truly plagiarizing, you don't want people to know because it's clear that it's like it's a one-on-one copy. If you're taking inspiration, changing it, making it your own, yeah, it's like I want to celebrate. It's like, look, I doubt it. I highly doubt. But if one person ever discovered like Dragon Ball through me, it's like, man, that would be amazing. I doubt it. Like, I highly doubt something that's in the Macy Days parade needs my help.
Hey, you never know, though. You never know.
You never know. Because the other thing is, speaking of this crazy page, you want to see my complex way of doing double page spreads? Yeah. Look at that. So what's funny is with Clip, I can just select a page, crop it out, and there you go. But it's the same kind of thing where it's like this gets into the nitty gritty of print. Where are you? There you are. And let's turn you off. Do not have that underneath. So like with this. There we go. We can do that. So you notice, like with the double page spread, you got this part right here. This is the no man's land. Like this would get cut. Like all this would get cut. So it's kind of this weird, like you're drawing stuff that there's a good chance it might not see the light of day, but you need it there because that's how it reads properly.
Yep. Okay. Other tricks.
The other trick, like one reference, because I use all these books from Japan. That's literally nothing but like reference for fighting scenes. So it is literally, they have like all different subjects. This one's samurai fighting. You either got like just pictures of people fighting. They're either in underwear or like full garb, but it's like I use this constantly for any of my fights because it's the kind of thing. It's like especially the human body is a weird thing where I'm like, I don't know why it's moving that. Like this weird water balloon of blood is moving that way, and that's how we do it. Writing, like I said, it's a lot of daydreaming, and it's me kind of going, okay, that's boring. That's been done. What if I do this? What if I slightly turn it? I think that's where your unique voice comes from. Because, like, spoiler, for chapters 4 and 5, it's fantasy. So I'm like, all right, let's go into a dwarven mind with goblins. But it's like, okay, how do I make this different than everyone else? It's like, how do I change this so it doesn't just feel like straight Lord of the Rings? And that's where like your unique voice comes in. And that's a lot of art. It's the joy of problem solving. Because especially we have a saying, like something was on the table. There's nothing worse than when you see someone do something cool and you're like, that idea was there the whole time. That was on the table and I didn't grab it. There's nothing cooler than when you do that.
Yeah, I've never heard anybody describe it that way as problem solving as well. That's That's quite interesting. I reckon that's a bit of a unique take.
Well, because like, let's take this page for instance. A lot's going on here, but like one of my goals is always to have it do a quick read. So it's like, okay, I got Bang in the foreground. So I got this big pose right here. But I also know it's like, well, what other tools do I have to really bring this home? And it's like, you know what? I'm going to have this I'm going to have this true red only on Bang. Because these look like these are lighter reds. But if you look here, that's actually more of a purple. Because I add a little bit of blue. So all of a sudden, she stands out. So you want to look at, and here's the game. You want to look at all this detail because you're like, wow, that's a lot of cool shit. I am forcing you to look at this red cape. Because no matter what you do, your eye automatically goes back here and goes down here and then over.
Well, I love that she's charging in and I like that at that angle, right?
That was actually some of the most fun was figuring out like the posing for that, especially like them falling right here.
Do you ever create characters on people you know in real life?
Unfortunately, it gets a little tricky because it's the kind of thing like, you know, if it's a villain or if they have them do something terrible, then it's like, why did you have me do that? You know, or why did you kill me off? To like one of my main villains, I'm not gonna lie, I base it off of David Bowie. And not because I love David Bowie, and there's a lot of photo sets of him smoking. So it's the kind of thing where I'm like, okay, there it is. So it's like I can have this character smoke, you know, do these cool poses smoking. And to me, it's like, hey, let's have this character. Like I recommend celebrities too, because I'm like, man, if I need David Bowie reference, I can find David Bowie, you know, skinny David Bowie reference. I say unfortunately because if you know the Unstoppable Bar, she asked me to draw her in the comic. There's the Unstoppable Bar there and there.
That's pretty cool.
Because, because you can read it. Hi, my name is Bar. Poor David Bowie. Like I said, celebrities, I recommend doing celebrities because it's the easiest. You change a couple things, you know, change a couple of parts of the likeness, you're good to go. And especially like anyone in movie or TV, you can almost find any angle because they filmed it that way.
Yeah, right. All right. Is there anything else you want to share?
Oh, yeah. Got to make Bo cry.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So let's make this dramatic. So one of the hard things about like being on the other side of this, especially typing, trying to get the words off correct, you know, conversations are going a mile a minute. But I always get a smile whenever you bring up the Scarlet Spider, Ben Reilly. Because I was lucky enough, I had Tom Lyle as a professor back at SCAD at college. And he taught, I was the first class he taught, and he grew into the role because when he first got there, you could kind of tell he felt like he got exiled. And for years, like it felt like people forgot about his work. And especially, it always kind of hurt him with the Scarlet Spider. And it's one of those things like it kills me because we lost him a few years ago. And it's the kind of thing, it's like, man, I would have clipped all the times you are fighting everyone head over heels where you're like, no, Ben Reilly. It's like, oh man, I knew Tom. It's like that would have made Tom's day.
Oh, yeah, man. I don't even know how to respond to that. I mean, it's not going to make me cry. It's not going to make me cry. So you get one of these. But it's to meet anybody that had anything to do with the creation of Ben Reilly and the costume and Scarlet Spider would just be an absolute freaking amazing opportunity for me. To be able to tell them what that character meant for me as a kid and how it affected my childhood and adulthood. Yeah, I think any creator would love to hear what I've got to say about that.
Because the funny thing with Tom, oh my gosh, he would always bitch about how no one could draw the hoodie right. Like they always screwed that up. And I will leave you with the word a professional, like me paying, thousands of dollars for this education. The lesson I'll never forget from Tom, which was never call your editor at 3 a.m. and leave a voicemail that starts off with "fuck you."
Going cap collectibles.
Rich, comic cap.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, like
you got a website as well, right?
Yep. Which
Do you want to show that off before we go?
Well, I guess I can. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's close that down. I guess no. Well, let me open. Yeah, open it. Okay. Let me do this. Share tab. Yep. Okay. Yeah, yep. Okay. So yeah, this is my fun fact, lovely page made by a man from Finland. So I got everything internationally. But if you go down here to comics, you got Unprofessional, the one I was talking about earlier. But bang, read comic. And literally the first 15 chapters. Or 16. Oh, I'm nice. Well, looky there. The first 16.
That's pretty generous.
It's like I said, I grew up, like there was a good portion there. I was broke, like broke. And I remember like with the Goon, I was like, oh, I'll buy you one day. It's two things. I feel like one, if you treat people right business, they'll treat you right. Like, it's like, hey, because I've known, like I said, I've been broke. And it's the kind of things like, man, I remember like this was one of the few enjoyments I had when I didn't have a lot of money. So let me come back, I have a chance to get this. Let me spend a little bit more. And two, it's like the hardest thing with doing a comic, it's not drawing it is literally promoting and getting it out there.
Yeah.
That's why I appreciate shows like this, because chance that I can just ramble on and on and on.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I can't imagine what it must be like. I'd love to make a comic one day, just to say that I did one. But the amount of effort involved with the whole process, let alone creating the comic and promoting it, man, it's a lot.
I will say this. It's kind of like, you know how to eat an elephant, right?
Eat an elephant?
Yeah.
I have heard this before.
One bite at a time.
Yeah, okay. I couldn't remember the answer. Yeah.
It's the same thing with comics, because it's like, it's, if you go like, man, I need to update this. But if you go like, oh yeah, by the way, there's my avatar for all YouTube. It's the kind of thing though, if you go like, oh, how am I going to work out doing all these pages? It's like, it could take a while. If you literally go like, hey, I'm going to focus in on this page. Another trick, especially because Richard was asking about writing, one thing you could start off with, like you could be like page 1, give it a quick title. Like even like for something like this, it's like jumping off a cliff, failed to jump, argument, setting up a kick, running into home, like just quick stuff like that. Where it's, because here's the thing, a script, I view like writing, penciling, inking. So like writing is the rough draft of the comic. That's where you're getting your ideas out. That's where you're kind of shaping it. Because I guarantee you, like every time you go from writing to like penciling, there's a lot of choices that have to be made. Stuff has to be dropped. Some stuff has to be added. There will be times you're like, oh, okay, I thought this angle would work, but it's not. Especially like, oh, the panel, like, or the word balloon choice, I need to switch this out. And then it's like, if you're doing a black and white, your finished draft is the inking. If you're doing color, that one, you just slowly refine it until you have something. Because like I said, this originally started off with me I did a character sketch of these characters because I was making I was just doing like my concept of a Saturday morning cartoon. And I was like, okay, I'm having fun with this. Let's do the first 5 pages. Okay, I'm having a lot of fun with this. Let's do the first issue. And there are certain things, like I had like certain things in mind, but I didn't know the ending. Like I didn't know a lot, start like literally, what Where are you? Oh, right here. So she's like trying to play like, eek, you brutes. I rolled a die, like 20-sided die, because I played D&D, and she failed. So I was like, okay, I guess she failed the trying to disguise. Like, I didn't come in with a plan. It was literally a roll of the dice is how we got here. And the biggest thing is, if you do something with enough confidence, no one will question you.
Yeah, that's fair enough. We've got 3 more questions before we go. Richard says, would you ever collaborate with someone?
So I have, fun fact, I've tried to work with people in the past, and it's been the kind of thing where there was a ninja book I was trying to work on, and the idea was I was going to do the covers, pencils, and inks, and then we had a colors lined up. The colors dropped out. I'm doing like everything, and we went to a, I don't think they're around anymore, so I can trash them. We went to Scout Comics, and they're like, hey, we can offer you 50%, but it's digitally only. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm doing all like, and it's like, okay, I'm doing like majority of the work. I will give this. The writer was trying to take care of me. I think I was going to get like, he was going to take 25. I was going to get like 80 or 75, like something like that. Like I was going to get the majority of it. But it's like I'm doing all this work for 50% for this publisher. And this was back when Comixology was a thing. I'm like, okay, anyone can do that.
Mm.
Before then, there's a mini series I did of Jason and the Argonauts with Comics Lab. It took me 2.5 years. That was 4-issue miniseries. Each one had a different writer. I literally did everything else. I have never seen a dime off of that. So I spent almost 3 years making no money. So it's the kind of thing like, unfortunately, I've just had like the worst experiences. So it's like, I got to a point where I'm like, why don't I just write my own stuff? Like I'm doing everything else. Why don't I just write?
Yeah. If you could have Bang team up with any Marvel or DC character, who would it be?
Ooh, Marvel or DC? You know what? If I could do DC, Etrigan the Demon.
Ooh.
And you know what? Let's and if I ever got the chance to do Etrigan the Demon, let's say money wasn't an object, I would love Jizza from the Wu-Tang Clan to write all of his rhymes. You know what? This is a cop-out, but I want to yell at Bo about this. I would have for Marvel Conan, because how dare you not have more Conan books? Coward. Coward.
It's funny on the Marvel end. I was thinking Moon Knight because of Khonshu and stuff.
Failed Batman?
No, failed Batman would be the Shroud.
I've never read Moon Knight. I would kind of want to because I love like Bill. I'm more of a creator fan, so I love like Bill Sienkiewicz. But I also love giving Moon Knight fans grief where I'm like, oh, you mean not Batman? They're like, that's not Batman. He's more than that. I'm like, he sounds like Batman.
The other problem, he's more schizophrenic than Batman, although Batman was really pushing that line recently.
Here's another tangent of mine. I kind of hate the Bat family, not because I hate those characters, but because like the only thing they can do, it's like, okay, it almost feels like a split personality because it's like, okay, Bruce is now just an asshole. This Robin's happy. This Robin's sleepy. This one's hungry. But yeah, Court of Owls, it starts off with Bruce isn't getting sleep. He's obsessed. He gets kidnapped, brainwashed, and tortured, comes back, and he's doing the exact same thing. And like everyone's freaking out. I'm like, he's doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, I was thinking my first ones that came to my head would be either Iron Fist or Daredevil.
The problem is it's two things. Like, I don't like that whole like fantasy in the future because I am a huge Hornhead fan, especially, gosh, stupid Omar getting me to buy Descenti's run, then having to stop in the middle of that because they only release Omnibus Volume 1. I'm like, how dare you, Marvel? No, because it's like I'm a big Spider-Man fan. Like, there's certain characters I love, but it's like it's just that weird. Like, I just Because honestly, it's like the other one I can honestly see is the Alien or Predator. Like, and it gets kind of weird too when you get into Marvel or DC because it's like they own a lot of weird properties now.
Mm.
Because Dr. Frankenfurter is now a Disney princess.
All right. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about, Josh? Anything else you want to share?
I'll probably think of something in 5 minutes, but this has been a huge treat. Like I said, this was my first international interview, and I'm really hoping I can get more of these. I'm a huge fan of, I'm more of a lurker for Aussieverse. Problem is, I always want to mix up your names because I'm like, Omnibo and Omniverse. I always try to combine them, and I get this weird tongue tie. I'm like,
Yeah, I get told that a lot. People are like, why don't you just call it Omnibo or whatever? And it's like, because it's meant to be about Australian stuff, you know?
Look, why didn't you just name it after a kangaroo like you did everything else?
Yeah, true.
Look, he doesn't have that depth of talent that Comic Bookaroo does.
I should have called it YouTuberoo.
Oh, God. The sad thing is that's $1 million idea.
Well, YouTuberoo.
Actually, wait a minute. I just realized there is something I've seen from Australia that's huge in pop culture.
What's that?
Bluey.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I was already an adult when Bluey came out. So.
Hey, Bandit is our hero. No, here's the thing. All my friends are now at the age they have kids who watch that show.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I get it, especially a lot of my friends are like, look, I can't, I get stuck watching Bluey. I actually watched a couple, not all of them. I watched a couple of them. They're actually pretty good.
They're very good.
Yeah. It's surprising because it's one of those weird shows where it's clearly made for kids, but it's written by competent adults who understand that it's like, hey, we know you're stuck watching this, so we're not going to make this annoying.
All right, I might have to give it a go then, because I just always assumed it was a kid's show that I'd be sitting there bored out of my brain.
Honestly, Bandit is amazing. I'm saying that, yeah.
Cliff, when's this happening?
I don't know. Did we do a part 1 together, or am I victim
I'm pretty
2?
sure who treated the indigenous people first was that part 1. Because nothing says happy comic book show brought to you by Comic Bookaroo like historical war crimes.
I came in hot. What can I tell you?
The problem was you won to win that award, and you're like, look, I am taking this ship down. I don't care if Josh is trying to sell a book. I'm getting that award. If I have to bring up war crimes.
Poor Josh. Josh, you can come on my show where we won't have any of this. And I'll
make you a deal, Cliff. If we happen to win over you, I'll be doing a massive shout out saying this really should have gone to Cliff. Oh, but thank you very much. But I expect the same from you.
Well, I'm not going to say really should go to Bo, but I'll say something nice. I was about to say, the sass from Cliff, that's asking too much. That's betraying a part of his soul. He's like, nah, I can't. I was like, you do understand how many YouTube shows I have done this year?
Yeah.
How many YouTube clock hours I have put in, 3, 4? Dude, we're probably at over 1,000. Woo! So
that's just because of the YouTube haul.
It doesn't matter. Give me that damn award for all my YouTube whorishness. All right. I will
check.
Oop. The hard thing with any award show, it's always comes up to personal opinion, and at the end of the day, it's more important the friends we make along the way.
Isn't that sweet?
I'm not up for the award, so
okay,
for you
that's
both.
Really nice. That's really nice. All right, but in the immortal words of RuPaul, if you don't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else? Number 2, Dolly Parton. If you're gonna do something, do it for real. All right, I am in that running. I am running with that running, and I'm doing it for real.
You can tell he's serious because he mentioned our patron saint known as Dolly Parton.
That's right. All right. I heart DP. All right. Dolly Parton. I'm there.
I thought you meant Dallas Page.
Some people thought I
meant
meant dual penetration.
I thought you. Wow, I was about to make that joke.
You should.
Gutter
You should see
minds
it today.
all stick together.
I saw one half of the Fantastic Four. It was Johnny Storm and Mr. Fantastic, and like I kept running into them, and I was like, hey, like you're only half the Fantastic Four. Do you guys like, do you want to hook up and do a Marvel 2-in-1? And they were like mortified, and I was like, okay, my humor is too gross for you Canadians. I get it. All right, sorry. And then there was a
no one wants to check out your giant sized man thing.
Listen, I got a giant sized booty for them. So
also, I almost forgot. Thank you for bringing this up, Cliff. Anytime I need to yell at Bo now, all I can say is, why don't it's like you don't own this book, but you own Lost Girls? I don't know anyone that has that out and open. Like usually that is hidden in a as buried behind a wall behind a trap door.
Hey, I am not embarrassed about the things that I collect. Look at, for crying out loud, this zombie tramp thing that I just got? I don't know if I can show this, so I'm just going to go like this.
Oh my gosh, you actually have one of the zombie tramps.
Yeah.
So, like I said, the fun thing with Zombie Tramp, every cover you have to do like a safe for work and then a not safe for work. And I'm like, well, that should be 2 covers.
Yeah.
Or a 1.5. Wait, are you a Zombie Tramp fan?
I am.
That explains a lot. Like,
Yeah.
not a lot. By the way, did you pick up Black Kiss's new omnibus?
Yes, I did. It hasn't arrived yet, though.
So I've never read Howard Chaykin before. That's the first time. Yeah. I got mixed feelings with that book.
Oh, really?
You will always have mixed feelings with Howard Chaykin.
Well, because it's like because I enjoy Hot Paprika. There's certain things, but reading this one, I'm like, I'm a little bit disgusted. I do enjoy it, but there are times I'm like, especially the guillotine scene. I'm like, that's too much.
They're my favorite. They're my favorite things that you're disgusted in, but you still enjoy. Have you seen the recent movie Together?
I have not. I know about it, but
that movie. That movie is the embodiment of being disgusted, but also, wow, they did an amazing job at this movie.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it.
Like 2 of my favorite actors, David Franco and homegirl there from Community, Alison Brie. Like,
really?
They're so good together. I could not believe it.
Yeah, man. I've been wanting Alison Brie to join the Marvel Universe ever since years ago. There was rumors about her joining. I can't even remember what character, but obviously it never happened. But I reckon should be great, because when you see the amount of versatility in her acting from Community, she's absolutely brilliant, man. She's so good.
It's kind of weird because I'm at the point now, I want more Marvel movies. I'm more excited for DC movies with James Gunn now. Like, because I literally cried at the Fantastic Four, but it's the kind of thing, and I still, like, after a month later, I still love that movie. Marvel, I just feel like, in some ways, I'm like, I want y'all just to like clean this, like, just get a little bit more simple. Like, look, we want street level Spider-Man. Just give a street level Spider-Man. Don't make this complex bullshit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to argue that at the moment, isn't it? When DC have just restarted all of their stuff, and James Gunn is a great creator, and Marvel's just been really crap for God knows how long. So hopefully, after Secret Wars, the rumor is that it is going to start rebooting and becoming a lot more simpler and easier. So time will tell.
Well, the other thing is, they kind of screwed over a lot of my friends because I live in Atlanta. Marvel was filming a lot of their stuff here. They just moved over to the UK because it's cheaper, even though all my rent up by 3 times.
Yeah. Well, they were doing that in Australia for a long time too, making a lot of movies in Sydney when they opened up their studio. I think even Together was maybe shot here.
Yeah, because I was about to say, because it is weird. It's weird. Like, Vancouver's a big one, but it's weird seeing like how many movies were filmed in Sydney, but none of them take place in Australia. Is the other weird thing. Yeah, it's always like, especially New Zealand back in the day with like Hercules, Xena. Yeah, like so many of those, it's like, really?
Yeah, that's right. All right, well, everybody, if you have enjoyed the show, please subscribe. Go check out Cliff on Comics. Go check out the Kickstarter that we were talking about today. It is Bang, the Ballad of the Tiger, Volume 3 from Josh Greathouse. We also want to give a massive thank you to James Abel for hooking up this interview. And I do want to give a good shout out to Richard Westphal as well for all of his beautiful questions contributing today. Thank you so much. We have one more question for you, Josh. And if you are telling the truth that you are a bit of a lurker with Aussieverse, well, then you should know the answer to this question. This is either going to reveal that you're a complete liar, or it's going to show that you're telling the absolute truth. So which one will it be? Cliff, I'll let you ask Josh the final question because you know what it is.
What is Aussieverse?
Yeah, I'm bullshitting. I've watched a couple of your stuff. I have watched. I will say this, in all honesty, because I did watch the custom binding. I like for the show. I started watching it a lot more. But yeah, it's the other problem. So, fun fact: I got shot back in the day with a BB gun. Like, almost went blind in my eye. I laughed so hard, I now got the sparkle. So, congrats on that. No, it's the kind of thing you gotta say certain things. But I will say, because I did watch all your room tour, hence why I can bring up Stripperella. Also, to all the YouTubers, I'm going to be 100% honest. When you all start doing, and I get it, you got to do it. But when you all start doing the outro, I'm looking for the next video.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So what's the answer? Since I'm a lying bastard,
Cliff. What is Aussieverse?
Aussieverse is for life.
We will catch you back tomorrow live at the same time, 12 o'clock midday with Ben Lacey and his Sharks of War. We also have the FOC Weekly coming up next week and plenty more. Subscribe to Aussieverse now. Don't vote for Cliff. Go vote for me. We'll catch you next time, ladies and gentlemen. We love you. Catch you again.
Isn't that from wrestling?
No.
You